Up until now, level 6 raids have been the hardest form of content in Pokémon GO, but it looks like that is about to change because recent datamined assets have revealed that level 7 Mega Evolution raids are now coming to the game. And also a couple of other interesting mechanics are also going to be added, and I'm going to be talking about all of this in today's video. Alright, what's happening everyone? Count Jinsula here with a brand new Pokemon GO video, and I hope your day is going really well, and let's get right into it. So recently we found out that new Mega Evolutions are coming to Pokemon GO through Pokemon GO Tour, and a lot of people are speculating that this is the year that we're going to be seeing some very powerful Mega Evolutions like Mega Mewtwo. And we're also probably going to be seeing Pokemon like Mega Zygarde get added into the game, but it looks like a lot of these very powerful Mega Evolutions are not going to be added conventionally. Up until now, basically any new Mega Evolution would be released through Mega Evolution raids, and it looks like they're going to be changing up the system and also adding a new tier of raid battles that is going to be likely extremely difficult. So this is all based on some data mined info that was recently uncovered. Niantic added a whole bunch of new assets to the Pokemon GO game servers, and a lot of this stuff seems to indicate that new mechanics and new levels of raiding are on the way, because it's basically all related to Mega Evolutions, and probably the more powerful Mega Evolutions that we're likely going to get. So I really have to preface this video by saying that you should take everything that I say with a grain of salt, because this is all based on data mined info. It's not going to be official announcements. We might get some official announcements really soon regarding some of these assets, but ultimately this is all stuff that we're going to be speculating on, and some lines of code has kind of revealed what these assets are meant for, but I really do think we need to be careful in setting our expectations based on these assets. So yeah, now that I got that disclaimer out of the way, let's talk about the assets themselves. So Niantic has added the following assets to Pokemon GO's game servers. They include 2 different egg models, and they're both kind of labeled as level 7 eggs, which is a new tier of difficulty for raid battles, and they're also Mega Evolution raids, because if you look on the egg models themselves, they have the Mega Evolution symbol. Now, they also added this new currency to the game, and it's going to be called Link Charge, and it's related to Mega Evolution raids and doing them remotely. And basically the way that it works, according to the code, is that you're going to be able to obtain these Link Charges from just playing the game, specifically through weekly challenges and various other activities, and you're going to be able to get remote raid passes that are specifically only going to be usable for Mega Evolution raids. So there is actually a possibility here that they're just completely changing the system altogether, and Mega Evolution raids might be its own thing. You may not be able to use regular raid passes to do Mega Evolution raids, and you're going to need this new currency in order to do these raids, which I think this could potentially go over very negatively with Pokemon GO players. I think one of the things that made things like the Dynamax battle system so unique was the fact that it was essentially side content. But Mega Evolution raids are essential. Mega Evolutions are extremely powerful. They definitely help you succeed in raid battles, and just in general, they do add a very unique element to the game, specifically when it comes to the amount of power level that you can have with each of the Pokemon that could Mega Evolve. So the fact that you have to farm up Mega Energy in order to Mega Evolve your Pokemon, and in some cases you need special items or certain conditions, I think a lot of players are going to look at a system like this and think of it as something that's very cumbersome and something that was not needed. But if it's specifically tied to this new tier of raid battles, specifically level 7 raids, then maybe it could actually go over well, because I do think the game does need some updates, and maybe for Mega Evolution raids, this could be a free-to-play method for you to actually get that Mega Energy. Because I think one of the big downfalls of the current Mega Evolution system is that in most cases you will not want to use your raid passes specifically on Mega Evolution raids, because those raid passes would be better served for legendaries and other Pokemon. But I think a system like this, where it will essentially separate Mega Evolution raids with regular raiding, that allows you to do both regular raids along with Mega Evolution raids, so you could still farm up that Mega Energy. But I really do not know how this system is going to work. The code is a little bit vague, and it doesn't necessarily give you a whole lot of details, and it's very possible that this is only tied to remote raiding, because yeah, with remote raid passes, they are extremely expensive, and if these level 7 raids are meant to be extremely difficult, then you will want to get as much help as you can to take them down, specifically with remote raiders. So yeah, I really do not know how this system is all going to pan out, but I'm actually very curious, and I'm really excited to see what Niantic has in store. Now, going back to those level 7 raids, I think for them to add a new tier of raid difficulty is actually a really good thing, but I also feel like it could be detrimental to a lot of players out there, specifically those who live in rural areas. I mean, when they released tier 6 raids, I don't know if you remember this, but it was with Mega Latios and Mega Latias, and it was definitely something that a lot of players were just not ready for. You needed a whole bunch of players in the raid lobby more than you usually do, and the raid difficulty was actually quite substantial. A lot of players struggled taking down those raid bosses, and the rewards weren't even that great, because Mega Latios and Mega Latias at the time, yes, they were very powerful, but that power level did not last, because of course, eventually we got Pokemon like Mega Rayquaza and other Pokemon that just completely outclassed both of those Mega Evolutions, so I really do think that if they were to implement a system like this, it would have to be for something that would definitely be future-proof, like Mega Zygarde and Mega Mewtwo. So yeah, that's what I suspect this whole new system is going to be all about. If they were to release a new tier of raid battles that's going to be the most difficult content that we've ever had, then it totally makes sense for something that is going to be extremely powerful like Mega Mewtwo and Mega Zygarde. So that's my suspicion. I really do not know how it's all going to pan out, and yeah, maybe it could be something really cool, or it could be something that a lot of players will be frustrated with. But yeah, that's essentially it. That's basically all I have to say. Again, these are all based on data mined assets. It's not necessarily confirmed or official content, you know, even though it's in the game files. We have always seen Niantic kind of throw a curveball to the community, and it does seem like their model for gameplay is definitely changing. That is probably a result of Scopely taking over Niantic, and I think a lot of players are always confused about that. I still get those comments here and there, people saying that it is Scopely now that's developing Pokémon GO and not Niantic. That is actually not the case. Niantic Games still exists. It's the same people developing the game that it was before Scopely took over. Scopely is now the ones just being the publishers, essentially. And it's not higher-ups like John Hanke making all the design decisions. I think that was one of the detriments to Pokemon GO. No offense to John Hanke, I think he's a great guy. But yeah, it was really tough when Pokemon GO was a vehicle for pushing AR technology rather than an actual great gameplay experience, which I feel like that's what Scopely is pushing for a lot more. So yeah, this is all a result of some really cool stuff with the new publisher, and I think that is something we should really appreciate nowadays. But yeah, with all that said, definitely share your thoughts regarding everything that I talked about down below. Are you excited for this new tier of raid battles? What do you suspect is going to be this new system with this new currency, link charge? I'm really curious to know what you have to say, and definitely share it in the comments below, and let's have a great discussion. And as always, make sure you hit that like button if you enjoyed this video, dislike if you didn't like it, and then also subscribe if it's your first time here, and don't forget to turn on that notification bell so you know exactly when I upload videos. And also make sure you check out the links in the description below. One of them will take you to my Patreon page, and if you want to play Pokemon GO with me, you could do so by becoming a paid Patreon member, because all of my patrons get added to my Pokemon GO friends list, just like all of the people you're going to see on the bottom of your screen. So if you want to do remote raids with me and all that good stuff, then make sure you go and check out my Patreon. Oh, and also I have an Etsy store. It's kind of the thing that I've been doing on the side, and I've been selling a whole bunch of products with cool designs like this one. I sell a whole bunch of anime and K-pop related merch, so yeah, go and check it out. I'll put a link to that in the description below as well, and see see if you can get something there. It would definitely support me and everything that I do. And yeah, I'm kind of rambling at this point. I think I need to end this video. So with that said, I am Count Jinsula. Be safe, have fun, love yourself today, and I'll catch you in the next video.